Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. I'm so glad that you came to join us this morning. We have a guest from North Carolina. He is with the group Jackson Heights, and he's been with them for quite a while, and he's also been doing music for quite a while as well. Uh, Alan O'Neill, welcome to Morning Moments, Alan.
Thank you, man. It's great to be here. I've been looking forward to today.
Tell me a little bit about what do you do and why do you do it? You've been doing this for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I sang with my dad for years and years with the Dixie Melody Boys, and in 1988, just pretty much left the road. Had a bitter feeling towards gospel music, towards the industry, so to speak, and just said, man, I don't care if I ever sing again. And went probably 25 years singing a song in church just every once in a while, and kind of missed it. I thought, I was at that point in my life that I had a family at home, and we were going to church on a regular basis, and everything in life was taking place of the music that I used to do. And always in the back of my mind would have been was man, I'd love to do it again sometimes. But I'd always kind of thought, what, if the Lord wanted me to do it again, he'd work out a way for it to happen, and I wouldn't have to create a way for it to happen. And sure enough, about 25 years go by, and this guy called me, named McCrae Dove. And McCrae Dove, he says, "Hey, Alan," he says, I really used to like that D&B band sound that y'all had when y'all, kind of changed it from the Dixie Melody Boys to D&B band. He said, one thing's really strange is I never got to see you guys in person. He says, if I can find the guys, would you be interested in doing a concert? I thought, yeah, if you can find them, go ahead. That would be great, because I have Frank Sutton I haven't spoke to in 25 years. There was no hard feelings. Everybody just kind of went their own way. And I'm thinking, okay, McCrae, try it if you can. Little did I know the Lord had a plan that McCrae found them all within about a week, got us together, and spent 7 years ago now. And we sang in Kinston, North Carolina with the Dixie Melody Boys. And McCrae Dove, he had the Dove brothers, and he came that night and they sang, and it was a fun night, and it was pretty much one of those things. Everybody kind of slapped everybody on the back and how you doing. Everything was great, and pretty much it was over. And about 30 days go by, man, my heart was burning. It was just like, man, um, it kind of lit that fire again to sing, and not so much to singing, but to give people our version of the message of Jesus Christ, which I think was a little different than anybody out there. Back in our day, you had the contemporary Christian artists, which at the time were Amy Grant, and back when Michael W. Smith was playing keyboards for Amy Grant, he wasn't even a singer. And you had Striper, and you had people like that, or you had the Dixie Melody Boys, and the Hills in Southern. There was just no market for our sound that we had, which was a Christian country. And we really thought that was an avenue that a lot of people um, would enjoy if they had the opportunity to hear it, because there were so many people who listened to country music. And so this time around, the Lord has blessed us and put us together as a band, and we changed our name to a different name because of the confusion of the Dixie Melody Boys, D&B band, that kind of thing. And God's give us a ability and the opportunity to travel again as a band of brothers after 25 years. Frank, Kent, and Olin and myself are part of the original members of the D&B band. And Kent's been blessed with writing a lot of brand new material, and it's just been one of those things that we're kind of carving out our place in the music industry again. We're still kind of not a Southern gospel thing, and we're definitely not contemporary. One reason I'm 63 years old, that doesn't help me be a contemporary artist anymore. And I can't wear skinny jeans. But the thing of it is that God's give us a message in our format that has reached out to people that I didn't think we'd ever see again. And I think it's great. We're singing the message of Jesus Christ and his salvation, and how uh, we're fitting in some churches that a lot of the Southern gospel artists don't go to. The contemporary artists definitely don't go to. So it's worked out really well for us to meet a lot of new people and see salvation with people that may not ever hear it unless we've done it our country vein. So it's really kind of neat to do that, and he's worked in our lives. He's made it possible. I went my own way, and Kent went his own way. Kent was a music pastor for 25 years. And Frank plays our bass. He was with American Airlines for 32 years. Olin has a bus company. So what's really weird is I had a little sound and lighting company. So when we decided, hey guys, you know what? We don't sound half bad for a bunch of old guys. You reckon the Lord would let us do this a couple of times a year and just kind of scratch that itch? Well, it's not a couple of times a year. It's about 60 times a year. Some years we could do more, but we choose not to do more because of all of our core jobs that we've had over the years and stuff like. But it's funny how things work out. We ride in a brand new bus everywhere we go because Olin has 28 of them. So when he's not leasing buses, we're traveling. Man, Big Daddy Weave don't travel no better than we do. I promise you. So, we travel. I have a lighting and sound company. We carry full lighting and sound production. And this time around, God has allowed us to do it kind of the way we wanted to do it back in the day, and quite frankly couldn't afford to do it because today we don't make our living out here on the road. What we're doing is sharing our gospel with Jesus Christ and our format of gospel music, and hoping and praying we're changing lives. If we don't have to take money out of our pocket on Monday to pay our expenses on the weekend, man, we've had a great weekend. It's been really, really good for the guys. And we've grown. We've reached out to a couple other guys that kind of grew up listening to the DMB band, and now they're part of it. Our guitar player, Jeremy Edwards, is from Kentucky. He's only 33 years old. So, he hardly knew anything about the DMB band, but going back with all his research, he's loving it. And God's working in everybody's lives. And it's very evident that I think God is leading us in a new direction, in a more deeper direction for this year, just because he's opening doors that we never thought would open. So it's really been good. And it's made me thankful for my musical ability again. I don't hold it against anybody that I wasn't successful, the first time around when I left the music business. It has nothing to do with that. Now I'm doing it strictly because I know Ken is writing some great material with our band, with a message of Jesus Christ and his salvation. And it just works.
What a big difference it is when you do something later in life that you did before, or be even a different direction, but your perspective is so much different than it was when you first started. I've interviewed so many people, even in the world of acting, that said they were in acting before, but they gave it up for a while, and when they came back, they appreciated it more, and they were in a better place spiritually to receive what God had for them. And
Absolutely.
you're not chasing. We were talking earlier about charts, and I had somebody on that said they long time ago figured it's about the hearts, not about the charts. And
That's right.
So when you're reaching the heart for God, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. Accolades are nice, and you guys are a award-winning band, and you guys look it up. You can't believe all the awards they've got. But it's also nice to know that you're not seeking that. Those are just things that are nice to have, but reaching the heart of people is what's important.
It really is. And, I've said this in the last couple of months with the guys on the road. Back in the day, probably the largest crowd I ever sang to was 75,000. That was at Happy Birthday USA in Stanton, Virginia, with the Statler Brothers. And it was wild. It was great. I've sang 6,000, 10,000, whatever. But today, I'd rather sing for 35 people that really want to sit there and listen to what we have to say and enjoy our style of music than to sing for 5,000
Yeah.
that only 50 might be doing.
Yeah.
It really makes a difference. It's not about the, like you said, accolades, because we probably won't ever get any this go around. We're at the age that, heck, we really don't even care. It's more about singing and getting our music and our message of Jesus Christ across to people. And he's
When
right. Said that it's not charts, his hearts. That's pretty good. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah. When surrender is your reasonable service, you can expect great things from God. And so when we surrender our ministry, our gifts, our families, our marriage, we surrender that, then we can expect great things from God. And it's so great to hear that that it sounds like surrender is part of your group's lives as well.
And "Surrender to the King" is a song that we have on our next to the last album that's actually charting a little bit right now. It's really funny. I didn't even know. My wife asked me today. She was in the kitchen. She said, "Hey, there's this thing I just saw that y'all are charted on this chart, and I didn't even know you had to single out." I said, "Well, it was we just sent that out, and somebody's picked it. So what's happened? So it's worked
Yeah.
really well."
Well, what I'm going to do, Alan, is down below on the comment section, I'm going to put information about your group, how to get your music, how to look to see where you're at, so people can hear you live, where they could buy your product, and they could also follow you and follow where you're at. But more important than that, I want folks, when they think of Jackson Heights, the group, the music group, to be praying for Alan and the rest of the group, that God would
Absolutely.
continue to bless them and minister through them. If it's one or if it's 500 or if it's many, but God put them in the right place at the right time to meet the heart of that one person that needs to
That's
hear
right.
it. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for sharing this morning with me.
It's been great, man. Thank you so much for having me, and maybe we'll get to do it again sometime.
I would love to. I would love to. Thank you so much. And
Perfect.
thank you for coming for Morning Moments. And please keep coming back.